All right. So, when I look at the Tinkinson, or when I start looking for a trading opportunity period, first thing I'm gonna go to is the daily time frame. Just to see where the market's overall moving towards, or where it's actually going. So I'm gonna break down how I trade, because it's gonna make a lot of sense when you see it. And I guess the more that time that you spend with me, the more time you start to see how I start to look at the market. So here, the first thing I want to look at is the cloud. Where's the price related to the cloud? Okay, we're bullish. We're above the cloud. That's the first confirmation. Okay, so I'm thinking automatically look for a bullish trade. But this is what happens when I have to change my tone on that. So I look at the cloud, how it's formed. Is the sequence span B and A angled up, or is it flat? So Jade, if you're looking at this, is this flat or is it moving? Is it angled up?
It's flat.
Right. Why is that? Why is it?
Well,
What's flat on the
well,
cloud?
B is flat, right? Is
Right.
that what you're getting to?
Exactly. So B is definitely flat. A is flat because if you look here, it's going down and it's just moving like this. So A and B are both flat. So that's my first confirmation. So whenever you see this immediately, you should say, okay, maybe it's not exactly a buying opportunity just yet. So the next thing I look at is the Harley Quinn and Joker, which is what I call them too, or Tinkinson and Keejanson. Keejanson, the blue line, red line, the Tinkinson, and Keejanson's blue. So once I see this, the next thing I'm gonna look at is the blue line, because I don't really care about the red line too much as far as giving me the momentum of the market. The blue line is gonna
Hmm.
tell me that the market's flat because it's flat. The blue, if you see Kijun flat like that, that means the market's in a range, and you could see here that the market's been in a range, just playing in here. So that's the first things I look at when I trade. So the next thing I do, I say, okay, well, if that's happening, I need to go down to the 4 hour chart to see what's going on. So are we above the cloud or below the cloud on the 4 hour? Do we have
Above
a
the cloud.
exactly? So we should start looking for bullish momentum or bullish trades here at this point. So now this is what I do here. A, B. So is A and B flat, or is, tell me what you see about A and B.
Well, B is flat for sure. What's going to look like it's going to a downtrend, and then A is going in an uptrend,
Right.
not flat.
Okay. A is kind of flat here.
Oh, I just seen that. As I zoomed in.
Yeah. I said, let me test it. So if you look here, this the market's ranging between this level, between this high point and
Right.
this low point. So the market's still kind of in the range until it breaks this fractal. This is why I use fractals. And usually I don't trade until I get a break at the fractal, because that gives me more confirmation to get in the market, and I could throw on bigger lot sizes with little risk. So once I get that,
When it breaks the fractal.
yeah. So
Okay.
this level right here, once it breaks this level, that's when I'm taking that trade up. But before I get that fractal break, I want to make sure I get like two confirmation candles and then take it, or get a retest. Then, at that retest,
Well, what
then
is this on the hourly? What you on 4 hour?
4 hour.
Which
Yeah, cause I said I work my way down from daily down to the 4 hour.
oh okay.
So if I don't see nothing here, this is what I do now. So I like to mark up that high point and mark up that low point. So now I have a ranging market. So I have a field to play in now. So the next thing that I do, I go down to the hour, and I see that we're bullish on the hour. So now the only confirmation that I need now at this point, because everything's flat here as well, I need price to break this high to go higher. And the next thing I need to do, so if we break this, let me do this. So if we break this level here, And I'm actually going to mark it green. Why did it do that? Do this. So if it breaks this fractal level, I'm expecting it to go higher. Now, vice versa could be said, because remember, when the market's in a range, anything could happen. So here, if it breaks the red, breaks to the downside here, I'm taking this trade to the down. So this is how I trade. Now, how I trade in between here, this is when I take off the cloud. Oh, hold on a second. There we go. So this is how I'm going to trade this now. This is what I was meaning to do. Go ahead and take this off now. Because this is going to make so much more sense to you guys when trading. All right, so now that I know the market's in a range, now I just put my zones down. Now you probably wouldn't want to trade this market in a zone on the hour time frame. This is more like scalping the market here. Get in, get out real fast. So now we have this. So now I put this down on the from the 5-minute to the 15-minute chart. And then I'll go say that's to go down to the 15. Oops, I need to do one thing. All right, so right here, now I could go down and check it. Now I could play in this game. You see that? This is how you play. So if we break here, I could take this trade down to this level. Y'all see that?
All right, repeat that one more time. You said if you break where at the
If we break below this zone, you see how the market's zoned up?
Yeah.
So since we're in a zone, I could take this trade down here in a zone. And this is how you scalp the market. And that would be for like 14 pips right there, 14, 13 pips, boom, out the market. Is this making sense? Because this is how you trade the market. Because I went from the daily to the 4 hour to the 1 hour, and I saw there was really no real big opportunities. But now I see that there's opportunities within here. I could trade like this now, and I could.
All right, but put the lines on. Like use the products we're gonna use. At least not the cloud, but at least the Tinkerson and Keeson, so it can help me out. Because I'm not. Just because you say that, like I'll be looking at the lines too to help me.
Okay, so if you're gonna put the lines in, let me go ahead and take this off. Because honestly, if you're gonna do that, you could do that. You could wait till the market breaks the Kijun to enter. Actually, you wouldn't want to wait that long. So if you look here on the 5-minute, it's already saying that this market's coming down. Looking at this, you see that? Because
the blue knot on top.
So once, honestly, you could actually probably get in this market soon. Right here. That would be your entry, and stop loss be up here. And we already have a trade opportunity right there. But the reason why I don't do trade like this every day, because I don't have time for it. Like
exactly.
Like no, that's too much.
That's why I'm trying to learn the confidence of trying to swing trade, how you doing it. But I just be trying to figure out how you know when to enter and be confident to leave it in that like that long period, or like 2-3 days or a week. You know,
Right.
That's my only thing.
Well, the thing is, I'll never know how long to keep it in there. I just monitor it, and if I don't like something, I'll get out.
Okay.
So I hope that made sense. But the thing about the market, you're never gonna know how long the market's gonna run. You just go based off the candles and support and resistance levels, and if something looks good, then boom, you get in. So you see now, Kijun just went flat. So let's go ahead and do this now. Let's go ahead and now put everything back on and see what's going on here, or at least the clouds. So if you look at the clouds, wow, that's actually a huge mistake. This is why I like the clouds, because you don't know what's gonna happen as far as we may get a bounce at this cloud start moving up. So here's another way we could play this too. Let me take that off now because that changes everything. Even though we have this cloud forming, that's still cool. But look here.
Is your purple meaning for a buy or for a sell?
This is for a buy. Yeah, my purple's a buy. Let me do this real quick. Because since this cloud is acting as a support right now, even though we have this bearish cloud forming, we still got all this cloud to get through to, go to the downside here. Now, this is what I want to show you. Let me see. Where is it at? Here we go. This is going to be kind of weird. Let me go ahead and move this out the way. Get this out the way. So here's how you could play this as well. Zone this level. This is why it's important to have fractals done, because now we could get a bounce here and take that up. Or get a break here, and that'll still prove that other point. Get a break here, which would our entry would have been here anyway. Come down, retest, down. And this bearish cloud would be valid to take it down to this level. So if it does break this level, it's got to be a 2% win. Not a lot of pips there, but it's still a good, win right there. And you would actually want to scalp this market, so it would be a higher lot size for a bigger reward. So I hope that makes sense.
Just a little bit. Well, I feel like when you keep repeating things throughout the days and weeks to come, like I understand it, but
gotcha. Now,
still growing.
Gotcha. So I don't know if you use these fractals or not, or if you know how to use these fractals. Do you use them at all?
Yeah, I use them for just the zones and how many times like some of the fractals hit the
right.
The zone.
So this is why I'd say it's important to understand fractals. You zone these, and if you know how to trade zones, once price breaks out the zone, then it retests that zone. Then you take that trade at the retest. Now, if it just goes straight down, like if you get something like what we saw on Ethereum, you just take that trade, period. But for this instance, in this case, if it bounces off like it is now, this would be a buying position. Now, if it gets above the key June here, this is definitely a buying position. Because right now there's bullish price action. But you see how this chart is so sporadic on the 5 minute?
Right.
Yeah, you wouldn't even want to touch this on the 5 minute anyway. But I'm just breaking down the market, how this market trades, or how you can find an opportunity for this market. And there's actually an N wave here. So let me go ahead and draw that up. Yeah, so and then we got a second N wave within an N wave, which is ridiculous. So right here. So these will be all of our targets. Get rid of that one. So this would be the target to the upside at this point, because it looks like it's trying to hold. Yeah, this looks like it's trying to hold. So you see why these zones are important? You got to master these zones. Once you master zones, you will not lose as much in your trading, because zones are very important and people don't understand how to read or trade zones. This is why people lose a lot. That's why a lot of people in the crypto space, it's hilarious, because they think they know a lot, but a lot of them never really traded, Forex or stocks. So you could tell, because they're like, it's going to go straight from $60 to 70. And you're just like, shut up.
All right, but when you say you gotta master the zones, like what are those numbers up? Like what are those numbers? I know that you did it before, but Like think of them, I don't know nothing, so I honestly don't even know what those numbers are. You be saying that all the
It
time.
has nothing to do with the numbers. It has to do with the levels. The numbers
Oh dang,
do
I see one
play
right there. Zero. Is it underneath
like the
behind?
numbers do play a role because that's price. But when I'm saying zones, I'm saying a zone is between 6150. Like I'll show you. Let me make it more clear. So let's say right here, 61. Actually, I need to go lower. So 6152 to 6185 is a zone. You see that? So if I took this off, between here and here is a zone. And you
Right.
see how price is holding up in here or how it reacts when it gets to this level. So that's just a zone. Same thing with here. This is a zone as well. So between, what price is this? Between 60.52 and 60.24. This is a zone. So this is how you play with the market. You play it by zones and levels. It's not about um oh, this candle did this, this, and this. Well, you could do that, but what zone is it bouncing off of? What level is it bouncing off of? If you don't have a level or a zone, I suggest you don't trade because that's how
Mm-hmm.
most people get hurt. People like to trade, like say, like right here. They think, oh, the market's going up. Boom, came back up. Oh, I'm a buy right here. Nope, market dropped on your tail because you could zone this area too. Boom, there's a zone right there. And if you look back in the past or look in the future, past and future, you see this is a zone too. It's a fat
Just because
zone,
it
but
hit so many times.
exactly. Now it's a bigger zone, and you don't. I try to stay away from fat zones because that means it usually likes to get tested multiple times, so I stay away from that. But looking at it, this market seems like it's holding up here, and you could zone this area now. Boom. See that?
I've been
So
trying to zone the areas where I think you said about the fractals, where the most current fractal, and
where most of the fractals are at.
I know you said I know when I was doing it the very first time trying to learn zoning, you was talking about putting. I wish I could do it on here, but you was talking about like the find the current fractal and make you can make that as a zone
Uh-huh.
and then
Yeah,
try to go from there.
right. Because the fractals will show you where to mark everything at. It's just up to you to identify them. If you can't identify them, then you might be hurt. That's probably
Mm-hmm.
and Bert. Now that I'm thinking about it, that's probably why we were getting beat up on peso so much. Them zones on peso is ridiculous.
It is.
They have like 12 zones in one spot.
Yeah, exactly.
Because after looking at it, I said, "Dang, that's probably why we were getting jacked up." But it is what it is. You live and learn. But you see why it's important to mark these zones. Look here, got a strong, bearish engulfing candle. So this actually might be a strong buy opportunity right now. First TP, and I hate this one. I can't stand Litecoin. Don't even make sense. First TP would be in here at this level at 64.36. And if it price manages to get above that, then we'll complete that. Oh, hold on a second. Then we'll complete that in wave, but it has to get above this level, which is the B level.
You hit that TP first because of the fact that it wick to the wick. That's where the wick ended.
No, that's the first TP because in the wave theory, you price usually doesn't get past the level B, because you got the A, B, C, and then D is up here. Price usually acts funny when it gets to B. And when it gets to B, that means the market starts ranging and turns into either a P wave, a range, or something else, or a Y wave. It depends, but mostly it's because this is first TP because B level acts funny. and that's where price usually fluctuates at. Now, if it gets past there, then we know where our target's at. That's why I always say pay attention to the fractals, because if you have a fractal breakout, that's a strong level that's been broken, because even back here, this bullish fractal was broken. You see the market went up. And you see back here, bullish fractal was broken, market went up. It's just, you got to understand when is it going to move or how's it going to move at that time.
Okay.
Any questions, anyone?
No.
Dang, someone broke some. I heard that. Let's see.
All right, I have some more questions. I'm gonna mark some things up on my computer later on tonight, and I'm gonna have some more questions for a live session if you asking questions or answering. So
yeah, sounds good to me.
Definitely appreciate it.
All right, sounds good. Sounds good.
You plan on going live today?
Yeah, I feel better today. I have energy today. Yesterday, I felt like I was gonna die.
Yeah, understandable.
But I will be going live today.
Awesome.
But let me go ahead and stop recording.